know, my dear mother said, you know, nobody really wants to get up this early on a Sunday, so. But I'm so excited to see you all here today. I have, for a long time, wanted to sort of do a session on things that I love, and it requires a lot of stuff. And I'm from South Pasadena. I teach in South Pass, so when they found out the Pasadena is here, I thought, I could bring all of my stuff here because it's not very far. So I'm going to apologize. This activity will be just lots of different kinds of information. I probably will be all over the place. I've tried to put in one location everything that I'm going to talk about, and all of the copies of handouts and all of that different stuff. I have put together on a website so that you can see all of the different activity guides, all kinds of information. We'll come back to that later, but don't feel that you've got to write everything I say down, because we'll find some other place for it to be. So we'll just kind of have some fun, and I'll share all kinds of cool things that I like to do. So you're all here for wows, hopefully. And one of the ways that I try to wow my students, or even the parents, is by being a little different. And so that starts with the environment that they come into. And you hopefully saw on the slideshow some pictures of my classroom in trying to build that environment. But I also try to present information in a different way. So the first few slides, rather than just slides of words, I've tried to put together photos. And you find that pictures on those images are much more lasting for the kids and the parents. And so I'm going to kind of go through just my introduction of how I introduce myself to my students, as well as to the parents at back to school night. So we only have 7 minutes for back to school night, so it's sort of like speed dating. And so you just talk really fast and give them lots of information, and hopefully they leave going, that was fun. Okay, so I'm Mrs. Williams. My philosophy used to be like this beautiful, long, 3-page view on the world, and now I've realized that it's very much this kind of idea. There are 2 lasting gifts we can hope to give our children. One is roots, and the other is wings. And that if we can find a way to help them have a strong foundation. I teach 7th grade science, and so mostly I think my job is to make them think science is interesting, so that maybe they'll pick it again someday. And so give them those wings so that they can find their way in life. On the very first day of school, I used to go over my classroom rules. And the last 2 years, I've changed that to doing a butterfly release. And I talk to the students. I have a whole slideshow that is up on that website about how butterflies are unique, just like my students are. That they're fragile, that we want to be careful with them. But they're also very strong, that they have, some butterflies have the largest migration pattern of any insect in the world. That they metamorphosize, and that they should all be treated with respect. And we also talk about the butterfly effect, that small thing can have a huge effect somewhere else in the world. And I talk to them about it in our classroom. If you're nice to the person next to you, they may be nice to you. If you're mean, they're not going to want to work with you. So we talk about that, and I use the butterfly effect in a lot of ways. I give the kids little stickers that they stick on their science journals. They take a sticker home, put somewhere at home so they can keep that in mind as well. So we use that idea. And then I give them a monarch butterfly, not monarch, painted ladies. And they take the painted ladies and they go out and they do this little butterfly release. And that actually has done more for building classroom respect than any amount of time I ever spent going over rules in my classroom. And so the kids really love that. And so do the parents. Who am I? This is my 13th year teaching life science. I love doing fun things with my students whenever I can. These are all different student activities. We took a group to Costa Rica and released leatherback sea turtles a couple years ago. Took kids to SeaWorld to do a science camp. I went to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo for my undergrad and my teaching credential. Cal State LA for my curriculum and instruction, middle and secondary science pedagogy, which sounds really exciting on this. But I do specifically tell the teachers, the parents, as many of my credentials as possible. Because I do also find that when you get those angry parent emails, the more that they know that you're qualified and you love what you do, the more that they ask for help rather than, why did you not grade my kid like this? And so I really do try to, if somebody gives me a certificate, that thing's going on the wall. I don't care if it's for, you know, the peanut butter jelly eating contest. If it's a certificate, I have it up on the wall. I am nationally board certified.